We're going to start with
what?
Oh, God.
Johnson, no, do you know what's funny?
We're going to win the league.
No,
we're going to win the Premier League.
No,
we're going to win the boat race.
No, listen, before we even get started.
Yeah,
right,
you've got a big problem with this.
Yeah, I've got a problem with this.
Go on, tell everyone.
Usually when there's a big night of football, Champions League football, or in your case, Europa League sometimes, regardless what the game is, the WhatsApp group is popping off. And I'm talking about, I might look down and then not look at the phone for 15 minutes, and I'll go back to the phone and there's like 67 messages in there.
Yeah, but hold on, who starts those messages?
It doesn't matter who starts it.
But who usually starts with like abuse?
No, but the point, Dan, right?
Dan, right.
No, but the point is,
and he was asleep.
There's a lot of football chat going on, which I quite enjoy. I'd like to dip in and out. Last night, when Arsenal were absolutely pumping the life out of PSV, me and Del, I put in the group a little something. Del comes back to me. Me and Del are the only ones to have a chat. You go missing. Yeah, but even you.
Watching Real Madrid.
Yeah, but usually you could go, I'm watching Real Madrid, so I'm not watching. I
thought that was obvious.
But honestly, Ryan nothing, Joe nothing. Dan claims he was sleeping.
He was. Does breakfast show. He goes to bed sometimes
honestly,
at 8 o'clock.
Embarrassing. Only me and Del chatting in the group.
Why do we watch that boring game anyway?
Honestly, don't worry, Del.
Oh, friends, why don't you text each other then?
No,
rather than waste our space on our WhatsApp.
No, because usually it's a nice collective chat. Not last night. It weren't. It's me and Del on our own.
You finished?
No.
Well, go on, carry on then. We're going to get to highlights.
Am I admin in that group?
No.
I'm going to start kicking people out.
Well, you can't. Only I can do that. I can yellow card. I'll tell you what, you carry on like that, and I'll send both of you and Del out for the next game, all right? Are you finished?
Yeah, I finished.
Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri became the third youngest goal scorer in Champions League knockout stage match history last night as they tonked PSV 7-1. So when Saka is back, what do Arsenal do with the 17-year-old?
So Lewis Skelly with the ball into the edge of the penalty area, and then on the edge of the 6-yard box, Nwaneri smacks it high into the roof of the net. Back to the Emirates in 8 days' time. It is finished. PSV 1, Arsenal 7.
Ethan Nwaneri, oh my goodness me. I mean, how good is this kid considering he's still so young? And he's got to find a way to keep him in the side because he's arguably Arsenal's best player at the moment.
I think it's a sackable offence if Thomas Tuchel doesn't put him in the England squad, right?
Another good move from Nwaneri, who is lighting up the Philips Stadion. He's having an absolute feast, is that fella.
Yeah, Arsenal can book their tickets to Madrid after a massive 7-1 win away at PSV in the first leg of the Champions League. Round of 16 types last night, of course. They had 6 different goal scorers. Oh, we haven't got a goal scorer on the night, including 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri, who made it 2-0 to Mikel Arteta's side. That was just after 20 minutes. It also means now he's scored 8 goals in all comps for Arsenal this season in the absence of Bukayo Saka, who's been out injured since December. His gaffer, Mikel Arteta, spoke to the media after the game, and he was, of course, full of praise for the young winger.
I don't think that he needs any pushing every time he has what the intention is. So if he comes, and it's great. Impressive again the way he played tonight. And it's about consistency. Now doing it again 3 days later in another big stadium.
I know that Arsenal fans want to dial in. If you dial in now, you'll beat the Rush 0371 722 3344. Right. Let's start with that performance. Right?
Come on.
7 goals without a striker. Okay, let me ask you this serious question because I was listening to the breakfast show this morning.
Don't eat up a couple of minutes. Though.
Pardon?
Don't eat up the time. Just come.
No. Do you think you performed like a 7-1 win? Sometimes when you win 7-1, you actually smashed the opponent.
No, because they were shocking. Like if you watched the game while the group chat was going off,
I just saw the highlights because I was watching Real Madrid.
Honestly, PSV were. Listen, Arsenal completely put them to the sword, right? But PSV's defending for certain, the goalkeeper's performance, defensively, the mistakes they made, they got punished every single time Arsenal went forward. It was a fantastic. It was almost a masterclass in finishing because nobody really missed.
Does that put an end to your, not just you, but Arsenal fans moaning about we haven't got a striker? Surely it does. Now,
no, of course it doesn't.
Because you got United. Got us at the weekend.
One freak result doesn't change the fact Arsenal are desperate for a striker and haven't got any attackers.
Well, let's talk about someone who's not a freak, and that's Nwaneri. Well, freaking as much that he's 17, he's playing like a 25-year-old. He is outstanding.
No, he's a freak.
Well, calls this morning. I was Adrian Darren yesterday.
Yeah.
Said it's a sackable offence if Thomas Tuchel doesn't put him in his England squad. Now, I think Nwaneri is a phenomenal talent. Yeah. I personally would call him up to that side. Yeah. If only just to hang out with the national side. But we talked about this. I mean, you think it's too early for him, do you?
Yeah, I've got no doubts. He's got all the ability, right? But you also got to look at what he's up against. Like, he's got Cole Palmer who can play off that right hand side. So Cole Palmer, yes, he might not be performing as best as he can, but look at his numbers. He's still in the squad, right? You've got Jared Bowen, brilliant. So there's 2. Do you know what I mean? So, is he good enough to be in the squad? Yes, but there's no rush for him. He's only 17 years old. He's got all the ability in the world. He's got no fear. I mean, when you look at some of the decisions second half where he's getting the ball, he's driving past 2, 3, he sometimes probably should pass it and he's just pulling the trigger. I've got no problems with that whatsoever. Could he be in the next squad? 100%. But I just think there's so many players that are probably looking at this England squad. Hudson-Odoi is another one at Forest. He's probably looking at it again. I must be close to that England squad. Yeah. So there's no rush for him. He's got all the ability in the world and his time will come. But what I don't want to happen is he goes to the England squad, say he gets an opportunity, it doesn't go well. You know what we're like in this country. The pylon. Do you know what I mean?
Do we do that with young kids?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yeah,
do we still do that?
Yeah, we do that. I mean, I remember when Bellingham didn't play well once for England when he was right. And people just jump on him. Yeah, so there's plenty of time. But
what do you do with him when Saka comes back? So he's due back, early April? So maybe next month.
Yeah, he might have to just...
What do you do?
Spend a bit of time on the bench.
You don't put him on the left?
No, don't shoehorn him into a position that's unnatural because that's not doing him any favours. But he'll get minutes. Don't get me wrong, he will get minutes because he's that good. And now...
Is he back up for Saka?
He's back up for Saka, but also as well, he's just an alternative as well. Not backup, alternative. Because now all of a sudden, you've got someone who's emerged on that right-hand side. Arsenal's problem is there was no backup. Sterling was supposed to be that guy. It hasn't worked.
No.
Now all of a sudden, there's genuinely, okay, we've got this game coming up. Saka, take a little break. Ranieri,
good,
in you go.
How it should be.
That's how it should be.
You going to win the Champions League?
We'll see. Okay. Got to get past PSV first. Can't look too far ahead.
Oh, you're not even through yet, no?
Nah, can't look too far ahead.
Yeah. Maybe get walloped in the return leg. Well, listen, we'll take your calls 03717223341. The questions we're asking Arsenal fans, does Arteta have a decision to make when Saka is back? Do you play both of them, or as Benty said, not back? What did you say? Not back up? Alternative. I like that. 03717223344. Arsenal fans, style that. You could be next live on Drive on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.